Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome. This is Born Without Boundaries live. I know it doesn't happen often, but definitely twice a month it happens. Twice a month because I always do a new moon and a full moon. So this is Born Without Boundaries. Welcome. I'll wait for people to join, but this will be the predictions and messages that you need to hear per zodiac sign for the Capricorn new moon and simultaneous solar eclipse. Hey, thank you for joining. So yeah, let's get into the readings and predictions now. What I did was public. What I did was I have meditated on the cards, cleansed their energy, and they're already organized. We're going to start at Scorpio, and we're going to go through the zodiac signs. I'm going to write down the timestamps as we go so that I can list them for you. Essentially, what we're going to do is talk. Hey guys, hey. We're gonna talk a little bit about the energies and how they're going to affect each of you for this last new moon, right before the new year, that happens on the same day as a solar eclipse. Now, I don't know if the whole solar eclipse is going to be present or visible everywhere you are on Earth, but the bottom line is when a solar eclipse happens on the day of a dark moon, that's basically a universal lights out. Is that a bad thing? No. I think that in history it was taken as a bad sign historically, but I don't think it is a bad thing. I simply think what it is, especially happening just after the winter solstice, and in the dead of winter, when it's cold and the days are still very short. I think it's the universe insisting that we take some time out, that we give ourselves a break and give ourselves a rest, that we hit a hard restart, that we clean everything out. So we'll go over some good exercises that you can engage in. I saw 222, that's awesome. We're going to go over some exercises that you guys can engage in to really help along the energy and make sure that you're in the flow, and to do things that really speak to the energy circulating around you so that you get in groove and in the jive, sort of in the rhythm. Hey, honey. Hey, Ilanka. Hey to you, Yolanda. Thank you for joining, everybody. So we'll go over some of those routines. Our new moon routine we'll go over. But we'll also go over sort of how the energies are going to affect you. And I'm going to pick 4 cards per sign. And of course, go through the messages that are going to come out, the intuitive messages that will come out for each of the zodiac signs. Okay, so here I am just writing down so that I'm prepared. How's everybody going? It's December 22nd, which is crazy because it's 2 days till Christmas Eve. If you guys celebrate Christmas Eve, you're probably running around with like a chicken with your head cut off. I haven't even bought traditional food that I've never tried it before. I'm Italian, but I've never really tried it before. Because I have a Scandinavian grandmother, and when I was growing up, we used to eat herring and svelta. I can't pronounce it right. Swedish meatballs, different kinds of Scandinavian foods that were just gross. But Italians traditionally have 7 fishes on Christmas Eve. So I'm going to go to Stu Leonard's. Shout out to Stu's. Get me some fish. It's really easy to cook fish to taste delicious. So it's basically, I mean, the secret is white wine, garlic, butter, salt. It's basic seasoning. So that's all you really need to do to broil fish and make it taste delicious. So I'm going to make some mussels and stuff. So that's what I'm planning. But I still have to prepare for that. That's the thing. And I am running around like a chicken with my head cut off. Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo. Shout out to everybody as I call your name, as I call your sign, and Libra. Making sure we have all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep. All right, let's start. Let's get right into it. Solar eclipse. Something that a lot of people haven't been talking about, and I don't know if you've been feeling it, but I've been feeling it intensely, and it's probably because I'm Cancerian and I feel every moon shift intensely. I am a moon baby. And that is a little bit of snappiness, a little bit of rush, like hurry, 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 hurry. I've seen even in the animals that are usually really patient with each other, they're starting to snap at each other. It's an interesting sort of turn of events when we're coming upon this new moon that's being amplified by the fact that the sun is being eclipsed as well. And so I will let you know that in terms of Capricornian moons, the energy can be wonderful, it can be very productive, but understand that it's a productive energy in the long-term productivity. It's got nothing to do with quick turnaround. So whatever you set up, whatever you manifest or welcome into your life, in whatever ritual that you choose to participate in, understand that you're basically casting out for the next 6 months to a year, probably 6 months, because even regular new moons can be up to 6 months. But when you're doing your manifestations, just prepare for the fact that whatever you're asking or welcoming into your life, number one, because it's Capricornian energy, you're going to have to keep working on. You're going to have to keep participating in. It's not the kind of energy where you can just like give it over to the universe and see it come in. There's going to have to be basically what you should do on this new moon. And I said it in one of the other videos, is instead of just writing as if you already have something, write it as if you have a plan. Write your 30, 60, 90-day plan as in, these are my benchmarks. I'm going to work on it this much every hour. Then I welcome in this new abundance into my life. And like share the blueprints with the universe, and then have a copy of them and make sure that you are keeping tabs on, in terms of chronologically, where you are and where you are in your progress, because you want to align with the energy that is that's Capricorn energy for this new moon. There's a major shift. There's just a major shift in priorities and how people are set up for being deserving. I said this on, if anybody got a chance to read to watch my romantic tarot, I said this on one of the predictions when Santa Claus came up. Think about the Santa Claus energy that comes around this time of year. The Santa Claus energy, he's a gift, just like Saturn. He's Father, right? He's Father Christmas. But what does Santa do? Santa qualifies you first. You either you're on the naughty list or you're on the nice list. Have you been a good boy or girl all year? Well, then you get gifts. If you haven't, well, then you get coal. And that's the energy of Capricorn. That's how Saturn gives gifts. And with Jupiter in Capricorn for the whole rest of this year, if you want gifts, you're going to have to show that you're on the nice list, that you've done the hard work, that you've put the time in. So when you construct your manifestation list or manifestation letter for the new moon in Capricorn on December 26th, make sure that you do it in the spirit of planning and prep. And know that this is long-term payouts. This isn't going to happen in the next week. It's not Sagittarius energy anymore. It's not going to be spontaneous, sporadic, or instantaneous. It's going to be long-term, and it's going to look, oh, you want to manifest that in your life, huh? Are you working on it every day? Because this is the energy of, I'm going to be watching you. Like that Santa Claus energy of, you asked for it. Okay, I got your list. I got what you want, but have you worked for it? Are you on my naughty list? Did you put the time in? That's the energy that we're going to be working with this new moon in Capricorn, is the setup, the start, and then basically the blueprinting for how we're going to devote ourselves and show the universe every single day next year that we're committed to this and that it doesn't have a choice. The abundance is going to come in because we're going to keep driving it that way. So really, when you write your new moon intentions and you write down this new moon on December 26th, and you can do it on the 25th, you can do it on the 26th, or you can do it on the 27th. There's a 3-day window where that moon is going to be really right. But I would recommend doing it on the 26th because that's really when we get that solar eclipse too. And what it does, it almost creates a vortex. It's just like sinking us down. It's making a big empty space. Make a big dark space. And that sounds really scary, but that's not what it is. It's basically saying you have a lot of room to fill. There's a lot of energy here. There's a lot of space. Um, Sage your house. Yes, absolutely. Sage your house. Sage your house. Windows closed. Open up your windows really wide and let that old energy get sucked out with the smoke and let new air come in. Now, that's almost like what's happening with this new moon and solar eclipse. It's like it's sucking out the old and making a shit ton of room for the new. So, another really good practice for you guys on this new moon is for you to go through your house and start putting it into garbage bags, making piles of things that you don't use anymore, things that don't serve you anymore, things that you could easily give away to a big brother's big sister's clothing drive, or a Goodwill. What don't you need in your life anymore? This is calling you, this energy is calling you to clean out that extra clutter of stuff, because Capricorn is also very concerned with stuff. It's concerned with material things. So what material things don't you need? Because if you want really nice things, you got to get rid of the old stuff that is just cluttering your space, right? So take all that stuff, unclutter your space, go through it. Like it's not like a spring cleaning. This is a winter cleaning. This is a last new moon of the year cleaning, so that you're making plenty of room and you're making sure that the universe knows there's plenty of room for your abundance to come on in. So that's what we want to do. We want to leave plenty of room to invite all the new, making room for our plans, clearing out the space to lay down our groundwork. That's what we're doing on this new moon. And remember that it's going to be long-term gains. It's not going to be a quick turnaround. Now, if you guys have been working hard and manifesting and committing yourself and devoting yourself every single day to a specific purpose, this new moon, you might get plopped with a whole crap load of abundance, because that's the energy. It's like Santa Claus arrives and shows up and says, I've been watching you all year. Now I'm arriving with my big bag of goodies because you've worked hard. So that's for people who have been manifesting this whole long-term gains. It's not a quick turnaround. That's a big old FYI. All right, guys. Let's get into the tarot cards. Let's do it. We're going to start with Scorpio. Thank you so much, Scorpio, for your continued support throughout the year. I'm really grateful for you and your support of the channel. Still, Scorpio videos, here's a review of the year. Scorpio videos exceed, at least for me, 10,000 views every single week or more. They're usually up sort of in the 15,000 view mark, and some of them have even hit 40,000 views. So for me, as a new channel, I'm not one of the big ones that gets 40,000 views for every single one of their videos. But in terms of video views, Scorpios are far ahead of all the other zodiac signs. So Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, wherever Scorpio is influencing you guys, I'm really very, very grateful for your constant patronage and support. You are constantly also purchasing the extended videos, which basically pays my rent. I'm gonna let you know that, right, like blatantly. So with a total gushing open heart, I just want you to know how important you are to me. And that's why I always start off with Scorpio. Now, in a not so close second place, but you still go real strong, I want to say thank you for all the Capricorns out there, because you guys, your videos usually get the second most views, maybe around 8,000 views a week. And of course, I want to increase it. And one of the greatest ways to increase that is to share, for you guys to just share them on different social media platforms. Click share and share it to your Facebook, your Twitter page. Share it to your community feed in your YouTube. Share it wherever you can so more people can see it. I'm really grateful for that effort and energy. And I want to say thank you to everybody, all signs, for your constant support. Everybody else is usually up and down, but Scorpio and Capricorn and even Aquarius are very, very hard drivers of my channel. And you've been there from the beginning, and I'm really, really grateful. And I'm gonna keep trying to go strong. I'm not a reader who gets into things that are, you know, hot topics. I don't get into things like he said, she said, backstabbing. This is a player. You know, of course, I will give you those messages if I read them. But I am more in tune with self-help, self-development, self-advancement, healing and curing yourself and making the best of yourself and taking what you have in your life, even if it's a cot in a homeless shelter and, you know, a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for 3 meals a day. If that's where we begin, then let's honor that place where we are. Let's say gratitude and grace for all those for what we do have, and let's acknowledge that as our beginning and not our end, and definitely not a determinant of where we're headed or what we're capable of. So that's my mind and that's my motto. And I welcome you guys for the next year to come join Born Without Boundaries and keep growing with us and keep up that mentality. Because my goal is really to help people become the best of themselves, you know, not find the worst of themselves. I'm not here to entertain, though I hope I do. I do. I'm mostly here though to like spread a message, spread a word, and sort of be your cheerleader, to remind you, forget that X doesn't matter. That treachery and that deceit, all that hurt you carry, it weighs you down, and you're better than that. You're more deserving than that. And there's ways forward even after the worst scenarios in life that you could imagine. People have found a way to utilize those worst scenarios to do great things and inspire them to do wonderful things and move mountains. And I think that you're capable of that as well. So let's get into this reading. Scorpio, we start with you at 1702. First card we start with is the Moonology card because it has that moon energy infused into it. Your message is work through your fears. How serendipitous that it's a new moon and you get a new moon in Scorpio card. So there are fears. Remember, what is a fear? A fear isn't necessarily even something that makes you shake and quake. A fear is an accepted limitation, something that you've determined is real, is a reality, and is a block to your happiness. So Scorpio, it's time for you to let those go. It's time for you to break those down. But I think first what you have to do is you have to recognize them. Recognize that they're not intuitions, they're not thoughts, they're not feelings, they're fears. Recognize the fears where they are so that you can extinguish them. Oh my God, I'll attach a card right above in your reading, in your romantic tarot for next weekend. You got a similar energy of there's been abundance waiting for you, knocking at your door, wanting to come in. And it's almost like you haven't had room for it. The universe is begging you, make room for it, Scorpio. It's saying, Scorpio, we need you to open up that space in your heart, in your mind. And that's going to require you letting go. It's going to require you letting go of an old concept that you think is right. It's going to require you relinquishing it and being wide open to infinite possibilities. Like saying, universe, you're right. I don't know. I thought I've known for the past 20 years. The truth is, I do not know. And I'm just going to have to follow your lead from here on out. And that's really that sort of humble place, that humble and empty but open place that you need to start from, because there's so much abundance that's backed up for you and wants to come in. Play, have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. So this is sort of your salve or your medication for any kind of fears, because you guys have a great ability to be the life of the party. You have a great ability to just let yourself go free. Like you and Leo and Gemini, you have a great ability to just have fun and cut loose. And I think it's this fun and this playfulness that is really going to help cure you, help kick you out of any kind of thoughts that you feel have been weighing you down, any kind of beliefs that you recognize have gotten in your way. Play, make fun of them. Like, be your own stand-up comedian. Make fun of your own foibles. allow yourself to laugh at them and allow yourself to feel the warmth of this holiday season all around you. Be festive and enjoy. In other words, this season is really going to help you lighten your spirit, which is where you need to be, because getting sunk and stuck in that depth, those depths that you guys can live in for unlimited amounts of time, it's making it impossible for somebody to find you. It's almost, whether you know it or not, a way of hiding. And that's not what you want to do. You don't want to hide. So what we're going to do is we're going to allow ourselves to just kick loose, have a great time, and let that be that crack in the door that opens up the door to our abundance, just by letting our souls, set our souls free. We get this soul writing. Oh, wow. Either you're going to receive a message or you're going to be the one that composes a message. Soul writing is about writing things down, journaling, making sure, like manifestation, like we were talking about. So Scorpio, this is basically for you to manifest and write those things down on this Capricorn new moon, and make sure that you are very articulate with the plan of your expectations, not just what you want. Because remember, when you say, I want this, you're acknowledging the need. You're acknowledging the lack. You don't want to. You want to say, thank you for this. Between now and 2 months from now, this, and this is going to happen. And I'm going to drive this process. Like, really get into groove and get into line, and like submit your blueprints to the universe. This is also about using writing, some sort of writing, harmonious writing too. So it could be balancing tones out in terms of writing music, writing a play, writing a script, writing a novel, writing a journal, writing and really being honest with yourself. It's going to help you actually find the root of those things that are tangling you up and holding you down. It is a beautiful card, right? These cards are gorgeous. They're the secret language of light cards. They're so beautiful. If you're interested, the link is below. And then last but not least, this is our totem, our message from the spirit totems, to give us strength, to give you strength and encouragement, Scorpio. Wow. This is a very beautiful, very sexy energy. It's also a very powerful energy. It's a solitary energy. Cougar, assertive. Listen, in silence, you find power. Claim your leadership role and take action. You know where to go and what to do. You have the courage and confidence to succeed. You know, Scorpio, this is about not being afraid to be alone, because cougars exist in the wild alone. They're a very independent, solitary animal. This is about having no fear, having that be an actual normal way for you to be. And when you own that space, and the secret of occupying that space and occupying that mentality, the secret is you release all these doors. You open up the portal to abundance, because now you freed yourself from one of the biggest pitfalls you can fall into, which is needing to be with somebody, wanting so badly to find your happiness in a relationship or through a connection with somebody else. That is the biggest fear that you have to break, that you're not enough. You are enough. And when you find the solidarity in yourself to a point where it just becomes second nature for you to be alone and you're not even thinking about it anymore, Scorpio, that's when your breakthrough happens. Now, like I said, this is very sexy, sultry type of energy, which means all eyes are on you, because this card speaks of leadership. And remember, leaders run out in front. They don't sit there and hang with the crowd. So there is a sort of solidarity that comes to natural leadership. And I've actually been predicting for the past 6 months that there's some sort of Scorpios taking the lead, some sort of Scorpio taking over leadership. This could be in society, this could be in community, in country, but it's also in you. It's you finding your power in yourself without the need of anybody else, or without the worry and the question and the wondering, but when is my person? When is my person? When is my person coming to me? they're not coming to you. You're coming together, and you're coming together as two whole individuals. Solidarity in yourself. You're sick of people watching you. You need to focus on, they do need to focus on themselves. But here's the thing. This cat doesn't even see people watching him. Let them watch. That's their business. That if you're noticing people watching you, it's because your attention and focus is too much on them. You're still too focused on other people and where their attention is. Gotta let that go and just let them be them and let you be you. If they're gonna wanna watch you, then they watch you. And they're gonna have quite a damn show because you've got a lot to give and a lot to share just by being you. So when you lose that sense of, well, let me see what everybody else is, where are their eyes? Are they focused on me? Like, you know what I'm seeing? Like who's looking at my profiles and who cares? Who cares? You do you. You be so engaged and so involved and vibrating so high in the mentality of what you love and what you love to do, you don't even notice what they're about. This cat, he don't notice what they're about. He's so sexy, he's cool. And you know, what's cooler than ice cold? What's cooler than being cool? Ice cold. And Scorpios, you are the ice of the water sign. You have the ability to be cooler than ice cool. You have the ability to be ice cold. And so don't let anybody else, or don't get distracted by anybody else. You focus on you and what you love. That love that runs deep inside of you without anybody else's permission. You focus on that, and that's your way to abundance over this next year. Okay, Scorpio. Have a happy new year, guys. I know this is going to be a big year for you guys. 2020 was always predicted as being a huge year for Scorpios. So we're going to go into 27/14 for Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius, where are my Saggies at? Hey, let's see what your moon card comes up with. It's time to release negative energy. You're welcome, Tabitha. That's awesome. I love how you play with those names. It's time to release negative energy, Sagittarius. What has it been that's been getting your lighthearted spirit pissed off, and you're probably going to feel, you especially because you're a fire sign, you're going to feel kind of punchy, kind of like, I want things to hurry up. Why aren't things happening? Slow down, Sagittarius, slow down, because that's not the energy that you're dealing with anymore. The energy has moved into Capricornian energy with Jupiter, your ruling planet, being very strongly influenced with that Capricornian energy. And it's about being pedantic and planning ahead. And I know that's not what you guys love to do, but find some peace with it. Make some peace with it. Find a way to enjoy it. If anybody in the zodiac can find a way to enjoy something that they don't naturally enjoy, it's you. Because Sagittarius, you can make something fun. You can make fun out of nothing. So make fun out of those things that bother you, that irritate you, because those irritations are going to run really high around this Capricornian new moon, and they might impede your ability to let in your abundance. So find a way to have fun and play around with those things that irritate you most, like having to be pedantic and having to fall back and having to make a schedule and having to cross all the T's and dot all the I's. That's the kind of stuff that you just can't stand, but you're going to have to find a way to whistle while you work. Sagittarius, pillar of light, your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. Ooh, that's making me shake. So this is about finding a deeper, higher connection. And if you're looking for a way out, that's the connection to everything. So this is Sagittarius using your faith to get you through this. Faith in, doesn't matter, religion, God, faith in yourself, faith in your family, faith, using your faith and allowing it and your connectivity to something outside of yourself to be that driving force that helps to basically liberate you and save you. You are the oracle. You are the voice. You are the way through. You are that forward momentum. You can do this, and you can actually help other people in the process. Here's the divine masculine. Ooh, This is definitely sexual energy. It's very virile energy. It's very aggressive energy. So you guys are going to want to take off. This energy around you is very, very volatile. You're going to want to fire off. You're going to be like, why hasn't it happened yet? But there's also this energy of something coming through, of something actually absolutely happening, of something being created, of something being shared, of something changing and shifting and expanding and broadening. This is very progressive and aggressive energy. And this says to me that Sagittarius, there is going to be some benevolent effects on you over this Capricorn, new moon. Capricorn energy is, it's actually feminine energy, because all earth energy is feminine energy. It's a receptive energy. So here comes you with your masculine energy, and opposites attract. So there's a lot of heat that you're generating, Sagittarius. There's this lot of complementary energy. And I think if there's one way through, it's you being complementary to people who may be able to help you get things done in that way that you don't love to get things done. But you do know how to inspire people to help you. You always find that way. You always find a way to find people that want to help you, or to get people to want to help you. So this is that energy of basically putting a fire under other people's asses as well as your own, of being able to sort of ignite that energy beneath people and beneath your own life to drive your life forward. Now your totem, dog. Oh, I love this energy. Dog, a representative of the truest, most loyal, most beautiful, and unconditional friendship anybody can experience. Today, I will love without condition. My energy and enthusiasm are an inspiration. I choose to be happy. I am a protector and a friend. Now, Sagittarius, you are a great friend. And I feel like this card is saying that through your friends and through your friendships, you're going to find your heart and soul and your progress. You're going to find the support that you need to get things done for this coming year. Sagittarius, it's through other people. I told you, you can inspire anybody because they love being around you. Inspire them. Don't use them, inspire them. It's working with friends and trusting their loyalty and their support that's going to get you through. It's going to help you start up on a positive note with this Capricorn new moon and get you through the rest of the year, Sagittarius. This is also kind of the feeling of you might be leveling up in a relationship. You might be actually ready to settle down this coming year. You may be approaching this time in your life where you don't want a new person every day, and you're ready and willing, and maybe even in a potential relationship now that is moving on to the next step, finding somebody that you could, would, and will spend the rest of your life with. Ooh, Sagittarius. I love that. But I'm Cancerian, so I get mushy and gushy over all that. So this is Capricorn. We're moving on to now Capricorn. Yay, Sagittarius new moon. What's up? What's up, guys? Let me see what's going up in the comments. Cappy energy. Caps are in. Look at the bigger picture. Full moon and Sagittarius. Capricorns, you're going to get the chance because you already have all the good habits put into place to really manifest well over this next year. You really do. You have the work ethic, you have the structure, you have the ability to commit almost obsessively to a project until it's done, and making sure that it's done at the highest quality. So Capricorn, you can take your energy now and you can take aim. So wherever you aim, and I feel like this card came up for you in the romantic tarot as well. Wherever you take aim, Capricorn, that arrow is going to land in the target that you want it in. So where do you want to take aim? Aim carefully, because you don't want to invite something in your life that you really don't want to be in there long term. So where do you want to be? In a year from now, where do you want to be? Take aim and your arrow will land there. Look at the bigger picture. So be sure every once in a while to not get lost in the details, but to step back. In other words, don't write down on your piece of paper, I want him to have blonde hair and blue eyes and be 6'10", and he's got to make this much money. I know that those things are important to you, all of those particulars, but in the long run, they're really not all that popular. They're really not that important. What do you really want? I want somebody who is as committed to me as as I am to them. I want a best friend who loves me with full reciprocity. I want somebody who is serious and can provide for me and their family. I want someone who can take care of themselves, but also wants to take care of me. Those are big picture targets. And so, Capricorn, make sure that you keep focused on them and not those details, more materialistic details that you can have the temptation to get lost in. Just an FYI. Share your voice. Come out of the cave. Persecution and expression. So you've had a little bit of a hard time. You've been struggling. There has been this sense of, I want to hide away and I just don't want to come out. Come out, come out. Remember that scene from The Wizard of Oz? Come out, wherever you are. You know, that like Glinda, she's all like, come out. You know that? Okay, you know what I'm talking about. Capricorn, this is you. Come out. Come out from whatever cave you've been in. You will find a reason and an inspiration and a why, or you will find the motivation to get yourself moving again, to believe again, to be able to want to come out again. I know that there is a temptation to just give up. And maybe that's part of this new moon, is to give up completely, let yourself kick up your feet and release all of that energy that isn't serving you anymore. And then completely, in a state of complete and total utter forgiveness, open yourself up to walking out of the cave and walking back into the world. Wow. You are the universe. If you build it, they will come. It's all in your hands. You have this divine power to basically you have the ability, especially you who knows how to set up abundance for this next coming year. You know what I'm saying? You really do know how to lay that groundwork for how Jupiter wants to be communicated with this coming year. So Capricorn, people should very well watch you or take your example of how to work hard and copying that work ethic to start getting those rewards in. And the truth is, if you've been doing it over this year, your rewards are going to start to come in on this new moon. So understand that you are creating the universe that you live in. And that's why you want to keep your eye on the big picture. Leave spirit a little bit of room. Hi, Aesel. Hi, Western. Leave spirit a little bit of room to be able to contribute to. Remember, when you co-create with spirit, you have to leave that little bit of wiggle room because you're co-creating. You're not in this by yourself. So stay open and keep listening, because honestly, you're going to, especially if you're trying to manifest a relationship, hopefully meet somebody who affirms the fact that you are their everything. And you are the person. In other words, this is you. This is your own endeavors. This is a great year to start your own business, work your own firm, to build your own, make your own dreams come true, and just be productive. Invent something, write something. This is a great year for you because you know the pattern that you have to do it in. You know the work ethic that you have to contribute to it. So that is something that everybody else is scampering, trying to catch up and learn. You already know that, and that's the hardest lesson. So you've already done the hard work just by being you. Now, all you got to do is focus on that manifestation full speed ahead. Capricorn, your spirit totem, black bear, guardian. You're being protected, maybe by a mother or a grandmother, an ancestor that's passed, or by actual like female members of your family. Because Mama Bear protects and she don't fuck around. She really doesn't leave anything to accident or chance. She takes care. And this is this is a protective energy, somebody guarding you and protecting you, but I also feel it coming from you. You having this overwhelming urge to just protect somebody that you really, really love. Black bear, guardian, gentle and wise protector. Give me your confidence and power. Help me protect the ones I love. Awaken my intuition and guide me. Understand that you protect the ones you love by bringing out the absolute best in yourself. And by compromising yourself, you actually compromise their safety. If you understand and allow yourself to align to how your well-being is connected to their well-being, you will have absolutely no trouble achieving all of your wildest dreams next year. Ooh, that message came out loud and clear. All right, we're moving on to Aquarius. Hey guys, I'm trying to see what's going on. Has any more? No. Hello, Nancy. Okay, so we're moving on to Aquarius. Let's go on to Aquarius energy for this solar eclipse and this new moon in Capricorn energy. Aquarius, meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces. Aquarius, you're so on a different plane and a different level than everybody else. You are swimming around in the ether and everybody else is trying to figure out particulars down on earth. And I'll tell you why. Because you're gearing up. I believe Saturn is moving into Aquarius. I was watching Stargirl, because remember, I'm not an astrologer. And I'll actually maybe attach that video above. But there's definitely this energy of long-term thought patterns changing, shifting from the very material aspects of Capricorn to the very philanthropic and almost like deep thought energy of Aquarius. So there's a major shift that's happening because Saturn is changing signs, and will be in that sign for the next 3 years, and that's going to be shifting our energy to Aquarius. And the fact that I think we are in the age of Aquarius, I think is bringing us all back around to all the shallow stuff that we've been attracted to. We're going to fall off of. It's not going to attract us so much anymore. And Aquarius, you are really swimming around in this energy of thinking about things that other people aren't even aware of yet. There's an awareness about you that other people don't have. I wouldn't be surprised if an important message, as in a governmental message, a national message, comes through and is announced or discovered by an Aquarian. I would absolutely not be surprised, because this is about swimming around in the ether that nobody else is aware of, and basically figuring out how to balance things out and basically make it palpable for everybody else. So what does that have to do with you as just one person right now with this new moon? Do not be surprised if you feel yourself misunderstood. Do not be surprised if people aren't getting you or don't see what you see yet. They will. In about a month or 2 months, it's going to become abundantly clear. But don't be surprised if you're so far ahead you feel like you're behind for a couple of months, because you really are so far ahead you may feel like you're behind. Lemura, creating heaven on earth, it's happening. What did I say? This is about you having a bigger, broader picture in your head about what you want things to be, and not just for you and the pretty house you want to live in, the way you want the world to be. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. That is your goal. That is your ache. That is what you want. And that is what you're writing down in your manifestations. You're concerned about everything getting better, not just your own life. And how does your own life contribute to the greater life, to the everything? This is where your mind is going to be focused, and it's where your mind will focus, and it is absolutely where your best and most productive energy will be, and it's also going to be where you're taking the lead. Showing that picture, saying, no, this is absolutely possible. We can make, utopia is real. Like sharing that encouragement and that vision of that utopian image of this is how we treat each other. This is the obligations we have to each other. Like giving to each other, helping people. Oprah Winfrey is a freaking Aquarius. If that's not a great example of what I mean, of having a vision of how we should treat each other, and finding a way to share that and motivate people and get everybody else on board. Like every single one of you, you turned on your Oprah switch. That's what's starting and that's what's turning on this Capricorn new moon. Ooh, healing. But this isn't just healing you, it's healing the world. You are heal the world, make it a better place. You are healing the world. You're healing wounds, you're healing scars, you're healing, or you want to heal. Like this is your purpose, is to heal those things that have been going on forever. Like why is there still constant war in the Middle East? This is what you're concerned with. This is where your mind is on. And as much as it seems like, no, that's really not where my mind is on, it's going to shift that way. It's going to shift that way. It's going to shift so far outside of you, you're going to almost forget about you. And that's actually a really good place for you to be, because when you're vibrating that high, that's where you meet that equal. That's where you meet those equals, that soul tribe that's vibrating on that same level. And it may feel lonely, but it only feels lonely now before you've made it there. Once you've made it there, you're all going to find each other. Believe me. And then we have dragon. Dragon, supernatural, is your totem. Now you know that dragon is the most powerful creature as well as the most magical creature. They were protectors, they were magicians, they were demons, they were everything all at the same time. And they were mythical. They were mythical, but they were believed in. And this is the energy of believing in your dreams, believing in the myths, seeing the reality and the tie-in between myth and reality, and figuring out, how do I make this real? So you have dragon, supernatural. You are the ancient, wise sage. You can shapeshift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. Oh, Aquarius. You can take on many forms. You can talk to many different kind of people. With your air sign, you're a master communicator and you know exactly what to say. How to get different, very different people on board with the same message. You word that message in different ways. And you'll have the ability, remember, all throughout the globe, communities that were detached from each other and didn't know each other, what did they believe in? They believed in dragons. Every single one has some sort of dragon myth, even though there's no way they could have communicated to each other. There is this energy of them believing in you and being that thing, being that conduit that connects people who are very different from each other. Ooh, like just by giving them something to believe in. Wow. See, Aquarius, you're not even focused on small shit anymore. You're just done with that. Pisces, 4759. The message for this coming new moon for Pisces. I'm going to have to just take a quick drink of water. Sorry, guys. Okay. I know, sometimes I'm a little too deep for myself and not that entertaining. So, Pisces, your commitment is being tested. This is interesting. This is really interesting. So I have gotten, for all water signs, this energy of having to let go, of really them being required to let go of the past. And I feel like that's the biggest test for us, right? Is can we keep ourselves untethered? Can we make sure to stay focused on what that long-term goal is? Because this is a long-term journey. So Pisces, remember that whatever you're engaging in, whatever has inspired you, and whatever you believe in, please start liking. Oh, thank you so much, guys. Then you probably are, Nancy, because they've probably experienced your healing themselves. And sometimes when somebody's really a healer, they don't even necessarily know it at first. They just have that presence where they walk in and they make you feel better. You know, like Princess Diana. Everybody used to talk about her like that. She didn't study any spirituality, but when she walked into people's presence, she healed them. She healed their hearts because of the way that she made them feel. So you probably are a healer because people have already noticed that in you, Nancy. So Pisces, getting back to your message, don't think of it as a test as in people don't have confidence in you. Think about it as a test of nature and a test of time. Do you have the patience to go the distance? Can you withstand this? Can you hold out? Because this is a card that's acknowledging that starting on this Capricorn new moon, it's going to be a long haul. It's going to be a long road, but it's going to be worth it. So stick with it. It's a reminder. And I feel like there's going to be lots of times over the course of this year, Pisces, where you're going to need to be reminded that this is the long haul. You're not a loser. It didn't fail because it hasn't come to fruition yet. It's not supposed to come to fruition yet. So that's why it would be really important for you guys to keep a copy of that 30, 60, 90-day plan that you're going to write your manifestations into on this new moon. Because you want to remind yourself it wasn't supposed to happen overnight. It wasn't supposed to happen. It was supposed to happen slowly but surely. This was supposed to be a long distance journey throughout this whole year, starting on this Capricorn new moon. So remind yourself of that over and over again so that you don't feel like a loser when you're really not, and that you do finish that leg of the journey so that you are the success that you deserve to be. Coming out next for you, Pisces, you're already doing it. That's right. See, guys, you're already engaged in the thing that you love the most. You've already committed yourself on some level to it, Pisces, so keep going. That's the basic message. It's a basic message, but it's very important because you will be tested, because you will not get the bounty turning around and coming right into you. Things will be difficult. Expect things like unexpected BS to fly up in your face and you having to handle it. That is not a sign that it's not meant to be. What is a sign of? It's a sign of life. That's what it is. It's really just a sign of life. And life is change and its complications and its challenges and its ebbs and flows and detours. That's life, Pisces. It is not a sign that you're not supposed to be on this path. You are absolutely supposed to be on. Stay on this path that you've already committed yourself to. Stay on it. The journey is going to try to throw you off. Don't let it buck you. I know you heard it. Soulcraft. Look at you, are a master craftsman. This is you making your soul the guiding light, and that forges those dreams into reality. Pisces, you have the beautiful gift of not doubting your dreams, of not seeing a difference between dreams and reality. Like you don't draw the veil between the two. So it's so easy for you to it's easier for you than other people to just believe in your dreams and go after them. Keep going. This is your soul. You are literally manifesting a piece of your soul onto earth next year. That is no small task, and it's not going to be easy, but it is divinely guided and it is going to be successful. And you know what? As hard as things are for you, Pisces, you're going to be happier next year than you've been in a long time. Horse, freedom. I love this energy. Horse is a very liberated spirit. They're spontaneous. They're not tethered, but yet they're grounded. And they're also a tribal creature. So this is about being around your family as well. Your heart is pure and free. A greater purpose calls you. You have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. What I tell you, you're going to need it. You follow the winds of change. I was just talking about that, and accomplish your dreams. This is you. You are going to be able to get over every hill. You're going to forge every stream, climb every mountain, forge every stream. You're going to do it, Pisces. This is destiny. Just ride the wind. It's so beautiful how horse is this energy that is grounded. It's a hooved creature, but you're also riding the wind. When you ride on a horse, you're riding the wind. Ride the wind, Pisces. Ride your faith, ride your dreams. Keep going. You have the resources. You will have the resources. You will have the stamina. Don't back down from this, because you absolutely can and will do it. Oh, I love that energy for you. Pisces, Aries, let's go to Remember, if you want your romantic tarot, there's your romance reading. That's uploaded to the page too. I just feel like a lot of people are like, what about romance? That's in a separate video. These are general messages. Remember, these are general messages for the energies that are coming, going to start over this Capricorn new moon and that are going to carry you through 2020. Okay? Aries, a personal issue reaches resolution. Good. You know what? Why do I feel like you actually got this in the why do I feel like you got this in the romantic tarot too? This is a feeling of somebody taking care of you for once as well. But also something that something from the past that needed to be resolved is resolved, Aries. And this is an energy of healing. It's an energy of nurturing and allowing yourself to be nurtured, because a lot of times you're out there in front. I'll handle it, I'll take care of it, it's nothing. That's a bunch of bullshit. It is absolutely something. And this is the acknowledgement that is not only something, it's something important. And because you acknowledge that, Aries, this is coming immediately. I can tell you that right now. This is the startup energy. When I do this, I'm talking about the Capricorn new moon. This is your startup energy over the 3 days of the new moon, of something coming to a head and being able to be resolved. You being able to talk about something or recognize something or see something that was tripping you up or holding you back, and handle it and solve it and deal with it. And that is going to basically open up the portal. It's like that secret code that you put in when you figured out the issue and allowed it to heal. Because I feel like this has a lot to do with somebody else helping you to heal or helping you to move on to healing. That makes any sense. A personal issue reaches resolution. This is that cardinal energy of Cancer too. You're a cardinal energy squared to Cancerian. Cancerians move in a very different way than you, Aries. You could be dealing with a Cancerian too. But Cancerians move in a very different way than you. And that is sideways. But the reason why, and this is the energy of, remember, this healing has taken a while, but it needed to take a while. Because Cancers move from one side to another. And they don't go direct and head on like you do. Or like Capricorn, the ram, does. They don't do that. They go side to side because A, they want to understand every single detail. And B, they want to clear the path for other people behind them. Right? They want to make sure that that path is wide enough so that they aren't the only ones that have room to get by. So Aries, this is the energy that's encompassing you over this new moon, is that feeling of being very, very thorough when you heal this wound. And making sure that this time no cracks are left for anything to slip through. This is a feeling of building permanence and wanting that permanence to not have any cracks. You want that foundation to be one solid block of marble. You don't want it to have any imperfections in it. And so that means, even though it may be more pedantic than you want it, it means taking the time and going over things and ensuring that it lives up to those standards that you set or that you require. Healing yourself this way, going through and saying, what's been bothering me? Really being honest with yourself. What's happening? What's going on? And how can I fix it? But first I have to acknowledge it. Imrama, where are you being called to journey to? This is all about redirection, Aries, choosing a different direction in your life and almost not necessarily being yourself. It's like you're being another aspect of yourself. It's about like you're being called into another direction in a way that to move on that path in a way that you normally would not move on it. And I'm not sure that you feel comfortable with this, which is probably why you have something to deal with. There's something that's off here, is what I'm saying. And it may be because you don't want to surrender something that was in your past, because you're still insistent on making that work. Now, I don't know if it's going to work. Let's see. But the bottom line is you're being called this coming year to move on a different path in a new direction. And you want to make sure that you're happy with it. So be very, very honest as you move along this path. Is this really the path for me? Before you even start on this path, please make the decision of whether or not it's really the path for you, or you just want it to be the path for you because you're sick of feeling like you don't have a path at all. That's really interesting energy. Let go. This is like Ace of Swords energy, victory and success after a long, hard battle, but it's also cutting out the BS. Let go. See, like I said, there is definitely something in your past that you still have an attachment to, that you've held on to. And Aries, you're never going to be free or able to move around the way that you want to move around with the freedom and the power and the momentum that you usually have unless you let this go. I mean, this would be the last time for you to basically release. Why? Because this is the time that's really wide open to new things coming in, but they're not going to come in if you don't release this old. And understand, if you don't release this old, it will eventually fall apart anyway. Just letting you know. Humpback whale, singer is your totem. This is about diving deep and being harmonious. Being harmonious. Whales don't even look like they would be elegant. Anonymous human, Scorpio here. Thank you. Oh, thank you guys. Harmonious spirit is about how the whales sing the songs under the water and how they can be so elegant and move so gracefully even though they're huge. They don't look like they'd be that elegant, but they really are. And Aries, I think that you're going to find a surprise. Something that you don't think you want is going to be what you want more than anything, because it's about the integrity and what's at the core of this person or this potential or this opportunity. It's got nothing to do with what it looks like on the outside. And that's where we start to pick up really that Aquarian energy of it not being about being pretty or looking glamorous. It's about the integrity of the thing itself. So let me read to you this message. Sing healing songs for the world. Your inner navigation always guides you. Nothing can stop you or keep you from your goal. Align with your purpose and the power in your soul. You're going to have to get real honest with yourself real quick, Aries. Because I feel this is full moon. There's definitely something that needs to be released in order for you to really be free. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying it's easy, but I can't deny that it's going to be necessary. Okay, we move on to Taurus. I'm taking down the timestamps. We move on to Taurus. Let's go. Nothing will come of this situation void, of course. Taurus, just give it up now. There's something that you need to stop right now. It may be your emotional mindset. It may be an activity. It may be doing something that makes you completely unhappy. So why are you still engaging in it? Taurus, this is the energy of right here, right now, on this day, after you hear this message. Let it go, because it's not going anywhere. This is also a feeling of things not moving, of things being stagnant, of things not going anywhere. And I gotta say, if you don't know which direction you're headed in, and that's part of the problem, you don't necessarily know which direction you're headed in. You haven't really made a choice or found, I'm sorry, my nose is so itchy, or found what really makes you happy. So these next couple of days are going to be about getting in touch with your soul song and what you really love in life and what really drives you, because you're feeling this energy of I just don't want to, I don't feel inspired. I don't feel like anything's going to come of this. And you got to be honest with that and let it end. If you're in like a newer relationship, this could have to do with a lot of different things, but you'll know what it is because it's moon energy. It's about what you feel. So intuitively, you already know what I'm talking about. You already know what you need to let go of. You just don't want to be mean to somebody. you don't want to let somebody down. There's all these things of being self-conscious about worrying about what other people think of you. But if you live for other people, then you don't live your own life. And that means you don't live a happy life. Taurus, priestess, you are being called to step up and lead. How are you being called to step up and lead? I like that that's phrased as a question. How are you being called to step up and lead, Taurus? Are you listening to the words? Are you listening to the comments? Are you listening to the input? Are you listening to the divine messages, Taurus? How are you being called to lead? How? And are you listening to it? Because there's this feeling of taking lead or taking leadership in places that are the right thing for somebody else and aren't the right thing for you. And that's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to get you anywhere. If you continue to be sort of insincere, not insincere intentionally, your intentions are to be a good person. But if it's not really aligned with your soul purpose or what you're being called to do, then it's not really going to get you anywhere, and it's not going to end up happy. This is an energy of asking for help, asking for guidance, asking for the opinions or direction from somebody that you really trust, from a leader, from an elder, from somebody that you look up to and whose opinion matters to you. This is about taking that advice and maybe having somebody else help you find yourself. If you're too lost or too crazy, or not too crazy, like literally crazy, but if it feels too hectic for you, then Taurus, ask for that guidance to come from the outside. You will find somebody to receive the energy. What is this, right? There you are, big. I don't know. I just lost the message. So, Taurus, what are you being called to step up? How are you being called to step up and lead? Taurus, I'm telling you, this energy next year is going to be a surprise for you. It's not even going to be like you want to take the leadership role, but you're going to be asked to take it. It's almost like people are calling to you. They're saying, we want you. And I don't feel like this, it may not. I feel like right now, the course that you're on isn't the one that you're supposed to be. And you'll get a call next year. Maybe a literal call, but maybe not. It's just people outside of you are going to put out a call. Help us. That's the call that you answer. Because right now, whatever you've been committing yourself to, it's going to end. Even though it seems like that's your sole purpose, that's not your sole purpose. You're going to answer the call, I would say around March, April, or May. May is your season of next year. By May, you're going to get this call. You're going to get like something out of the blue that you never thought you'd have, that you never thought about. But you're going to be asked to do it by people outside of you. So foggy still? Oh, I don't know what that means. Like where you are, you guys? I got distracted. I want to be able to talk to you, but I haven't been able to. Taurus, next card, there is only light. Oh, wow. This is a really spiritual quest. This is a really spiritual year for you. This is about finding your soul purpose and aligning perfectly with your soul purpose. It's almost like it's going to dawn on you like a huge ray of light. And you can't predict it, and you can't know what's going to happen, Taurus. You just know right now that what you're doing isn't what you're meant to do. Don't worry, because that message is going to come in like Gabriel to Mary and announce, you're pregnant, girl. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna come in like a divine message, and it may not come in like from the divine, but in other words, directly from the divine. It could work through people on earth, but you're going to be called. All I can keep hearing is you're going to be called. Taurus is going to be called. They're 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 going to be called. You're going to find your divine purpose next year. If you felt lost, or if you felt like you got distracted from it this year, you're going to get back on course. This is such beautiful energy, Taurus. Unicorn, infinite possibilities. This is magic. This is divine guidance from a loved one, a beloved loved one. This is also finding that person that you can travel this course with. And if you go back to all your romantic tarots, Taurus, what have I been saying? When you find your divine purpose and you get on that divine road, that's the road you're going to meet your lover and your best friend on, because they're going to be answering the same call. I'm going to leave it there. Let's read Unicorn. You are the sovereign of the seen and unseen world. What did I say? Even if it's working through the 3D world, this is a message from the divine. You are magic. The magic of love surrounds you. That's connection. Beauty transforms you. That's your Venus. Listen to the spirits of light. Abandon the darkness. This is void of course. This is a small, teeny, tiny, ain't getting nowhere by this light. Abandon what is not getting you anywhere. Go beyond the ordinary and become the legendary. Taurus, you're going to get the call next year. Wow. And this is going to seem like magic. It's not magic. It's already been fated and set up for you. And you'll know it when you hear it. Isn't that a beautiful card? Check that card out, guys. It's so gorgeous. If somebody's spamming, feel free to tell me so that I can kick them off. I'm more than happy to do that. Gemini, let's go to Gemini energy. Okay, Gemini. Ooh, at 1111. Ooh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Hi, Diana. Thank you for showing up. I'm so glad that you made it. No, Lit Mystic. I'm not taking questions this time around. Sorry, hon. Not that kind of reading. Or you can ask a question about the cards if you want. Is that what you mean? Is that what you meant, hon? Because you can ask a question about the cards. I'll try to repeat it if I can. But I'm not doing the one question, one answer. It's time to take action, Gemini. It's time to take action. Now, the wonderful aspect of you guys is that communication has been very, very good. It's been on point. And I think that you are in a really great position, sort of a unique position, because usually there's a Mercury retrograde around this time during the year. But it's not retrograding now. So you have the ability to move forward and move forward using your gifts, which is communication, convincing people of things, making sure, getting them on your side, speaking in a way that they can understand. This is your gift, Gemini, and you're going to push forward. But whatever it is that you've wanted in your life, whatever it was that you were unsure of, you need to take action. You need to step up. You need to make the first move. Starting on this new moon, your actions are going to set you up for the next year. Are you going to be successful? I don't know. Did you take action? Gemini, did you take that action that you needed to take? Did you make the call? Did you make that visit? Did you make that communication? Did you start the project? Get started over this new moon in Capricorn. Get started, because it's literally going to act like a vortex to just keep sucking all that energy into it, and not in a bad way, as in it's just going to keep going and going and going and going. So what you start over those 3 days is going to snowball and keep rolling. So get it. Take the initiative, Gemini. You already know what it is. You already know what you want. Just start it. And if you've already started it, that's awesome, because you're already in that momentum, and this energy is already going to catch up to you and start to power you and fuel you like a water wheel. Interesting. Nice. Hold on. Keepers of the earth. You're not alone. Ancient ancestors stand behind you. This could have something to do with a connection from your past. Not a lover, but a connection from your ancestry. Maybe this is you going on Ancestry.com and putting together the family tree. Something that has to do with connectivity, Gemini. You have to start this process. Connecting yourself to other people, getting that paperwork filled out so you can go live abroad. Connecting yourself, and connecting yourself not only through space, but also through time. So this is tracing back those roots. Maybe you're writing a book about your ancestry, or maybe you have to reach out, or maybe you're deciding to become a parent. Whatever it is, Gemini, This is the energy of start it and get started now and keep that momentum going, because the momentum actually didn't start with you. It started long before you, and you are fulfilling the work and the dreams and the energy of all of those people that came before you, right? By keeping this momentum going. Ooh, that is gorgeous energy. Gemini, soulmating. I've never even gotten this card before. What did I say about having children and deciding to make babies? This could be a very romantic and fertile new moon. Look at that heart, but it's a heart of yellow. So it's also about the energy of what your gut feels, of connecting with that soul, connecting through souls, of aligning or meeting somebody that you don't have to say much to for them to understand. This is soul, oh wow, soulmating. I keep getting it over and over again. You could be welcoming in a soulmate or welcoming in you could be giving birth, to be totally honest with you. This is definitely the feeling of adding on to your ancestral lines. Or do you have children already, and how are you teaching them? How are you preparing them for the future? Taking the initiative, it could speak to having to work them through a very hard time. Take the initiative to help them, to guard them, to guide them, to protect them. Put them first, Gemini, and that's going to be your way into the future, your literal way into the future, because that's helping your DNA go into the future. So this is, happy birthday, Doug Denny. I just saw 623. Gemini, this is a way for you to help your progeny or your future progeny set them up for success. Because they're the next connection. They're the next step in this family line. They're the next step. It's like do your part to keep up this ancestral energy flow. Ooh, that's big. Personal choice. Close your eyes, Gemini. This is for you. So do this now if you're listening. This is your personal choice. This is the card. So it's not a specific animal totem. Do this exercise with me now. Close your eyes. What animal do you imagine? This is for Geminis, but everybody can do it. What strengths are they known for? What wisdom do they share? Embrace these qualities. Gemini, you let me know what animal you saw, and if you have trouble understanding or knowing what that animal totem means, write it in the description box, write it in the comments, and I will definitely help you find that information. But of course, you could always go to Google too. It's up to you. But Gemini, this is definitely about using nature, going back to nature to connect to your ancestral path, going back to the place where your ancestors are from so that you can connect where you came from with where you're going. Or that could just be your spiritual journey. Connecting where you came from with where you're going. Now, where did you come from, Gemini? Where are you now? And where do you want to go? So before you write your intentions for this Capricorn new moon, make sure that you've reconnected with where you came from, because that journey is going to inform the next leg of your adventure. Ooh. Oh, I love that energy. It's actually exciting. Cancer. We're moving on to Cancer. Let's do this. Cancer, Cancer, Cancer. Okay. Your message from this from this new moon. Remember, Cancer, you're probably already feeling the effects, right? And it's probably playing out in maybe you're getting a little bit antsy. You're like, I don't want to waste any more time. You're very around new moon in Capricorn, we can get very conscious of time. We get very worried about time. Everybody, not just us, but especially us, because we're so affected. We can get very sort of under the influence of why things do we have enough time? I don't have enough time. You have infinite time. Take a deep breath, let it in, suck it in, and let it out, and remind yourself of where you are right now. This moment right here. There's power in it that is infinite. So let's get into your cards, Cancerians. Hold your vision. This is you being a master manifester, and being asked to take on a very opposite energy from you. Capricorn is your opposite energy, right? The North Node is still in Cancer, so where's the South Node? Capricorn. That's where the weakness lies, in us being able to focus. And that's why all of us are being put to this task of the South Node is in Capricorn. Now if we want the good stuff, we need to adapt those Capricorn qualities. So Cancerian, hold your vision, stick to it. Don't sway and don't give up because it didn't happen quick enough. Keep on going. Persistence, determination, and I'm going to put it in a way that Cancerians will understand. Obsession. Become obsessed with your goals and your aspirations. Become obsessed with that career that you want to have. Let go of that person that you want. Stop being obsessed with people and start being obsessed with progress. Because when you get into that frame of mind, Cancer, nobody even has to remind you to keep on going. Pleiades. Double mission. Channeling and uplifting humanity. You were set. You were sent here for a reason, and you were set on a divine purpose and divine course. You have received inspiration. Use it and do something with it. What you have been working on, I'm not going to say anymore. What you have been working on was meant to come into being. You are the conduit for it to come into being. You don't have a choice to put that book on the shelf and not finish it. You don't have a choice to not open up that business. That is part of your divine purpose. It's part of why you were placed here with the soul that you have. You must keep going for others, for the bigger picture. It's not just about you. And you honestly will love to hear that, because Cancerians have a very difficult time being motivated when it's just about them. But when you realize that what you've been assigned to do is about more than you, it's about the bigger picture, it's about the community, it's about your family, it's about letting them be raised up through you. Now, Cancer, how could you give up on it? How could you let them down? You can't. So stay focused and let that be the constant reminder. This is not, your vision is not just about you. It was divinely given to you. You are receiving that divine mission. You have got to get it done. 2222 just went across. I love it. You are receiving that mission. It's not, this is your mission should you choose to take it. You did choose to take it already. The day that you were born, you said yes. Whether you've forgotten it or not the universe's concern. But whatever inspiration you've been given, it was about more than just you. So hold that in your heart while you set up your intentions for this Capricorn new moon, and while you walk through the next year, that what you're working on, no matter how hard it is, and I guarantee you it's going to be challenging, because Jupiter, that planet of good fortune and good luck, is in Capricorn. And that Capricorn energy is exactly opposite from your energy. So you are going to have a very challenging year next year. You want to know why? Because you're about to hit the mothership at the end of next year. So be prepared for it. Hold your vision. And remember, it's not just about you. You're not doing it just for yourself. You're doing it for other people too. Damn, Cancer. Ask your soul. Oh, wow. This is the heart space. This is the love. This is the love that we feel, that big love that we feel all the time, every day, Cancerians. Does it feel right? Ask your soul. Because this is a divine mission, you don't have to go further than your soul to know if you are on the right course and this vision is correct, or if it's just distracting you. So whenever you get a new responsibility or a new chance or a new challenge, ask your soul, does this align with me? Does this align with my purpose? Is this in alignment? Will this distract me and take me off course, or will it help keep me on course? Ask your soul first. There's going to be a lot of times next year when you have to, because a lot of things, there's going to be a lot of pitfalls, right? As soon as we get messages from the light, the dark wants to come in and stop us. The dark wants to come in and give us doubt and impede us. Ask your soul, because that's where that little speaker keeps coming through from the divine saying, no, this is right, or this isn't right, or this is right. Do this even if it doesn't seem right. Those, ask your soul. The answer is going to be right inside of you the whole time. You're going to feel it warming you and making you feel larger and broader and all powerful when you're making those right choices. And when you're making wrong choices, you're going to feel diminished and darkened and almost like you're suffocating on the inside. You'll be able to feel it. You just look no farther than your own soul. Oh, it's so cute. So this is Fox, clever. This is your energy. This is the totem that you want to take on for next year. And this is a very fiery energy, so it's not very you, but that's okay, because your biggest challenges next year aren't very you, but you're going to have to find a way to deal with them. So, Cancer, this is it. You are swift and smart. Solutions to problems are easily found. Always listen to your instincts. Resources surround you, and be open to romance. You're going to get a lot of cuddles this coming year. If you've been looking for romance or you have a romance in your life already, expect it to be a very romantic time. There could be different romances. This may not be your soulmate, but understand that it's through these romances that you're actually going to sort of keep yourself on task. You're going to keep yourself reminded that you're just going to keep yourself reminded that you have value, that people are interested in you, that people notice you. It could vary through connections with others. There's going to be some romance coming into you in 2020, Cancer. That's going to be so freaking beautiful. I don't know if this is a shallow connection, but I will say this. It is definitely meant to happen. So let it happen, but don't hold on tight, because remember, we're not obsessing about romances next year. We're obsessing about purpose and project. We're obsessing about our soul calling and our vision. That's what we're obsessing about. That's why these relationships will actually offer a really nice respite to you. Now, it's either that or you're going to be bonding even deeper. And I feel like this is for Cancerians who are already in relationships now. You're going to be bonding even deeper and getting even closer to that foxy person that you're already with. It's just going to become more like you guys sharing a den, if you know what I mean. Oh, it's such cute energy. But I just love how romance, it's playing almost like this refreshing role. It's almost like refreshment for our soul that needs to stay really focused and high vibrational and really in tune. And it's these romances that'll keep us in tune. Maybe some of us have fallen out of tune. Way out of tune. I mean, my piano needs to be tuned, if you know what I'm trying to say. So, a little awkward, but it's almost like these romances are there to just help us focus and help us not get too drudged down or too like lost in being lost or feeling uncomfortable. It will be a challenging year, but the respites will come in forms of romances. I love that. Cancer. So, light in the dark, babies. Light in the dark, moon babies. Light in the dark. Let's move on to Leo. Leo, 128:42. Let's do that. I gotta take another drink. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Leo. Emotions are running high. And you know what? This was very similar to your recent romantic tarot reading. Emotions are running very high for you. So there's going to be a lot of intensity and a lot of close calls in terms of popping off at people. Remember what I said? There is this tendency around a Capricorn new moon to pop off and want to rush things and feel like things aren't moving fast enough, or feel like snapping at people. That's going to affect you most, Leo. That's where this energy is coming out. You. It's coming out in you. It's coming out about you. It's coming out all around you, and maybe coming out directed toward you. You find people are snapping more, or you find that you're interpreting their behavior as more snappy. So, but this is just your challenge over the 3 days of the new moon. Over the next year, this is definitely about feeling things, becoming a more intuitive being, connecting more deeply in an emotional context. This could be about broadening your horizons and deepening your relationships, creating and forming relationships with people who you normally would not have, but finding deep connections that you would not have expected. This is about, over the next year, really becoming a more emotional creature. Emotional, not in terms of emotions out of control like a Cancer, but emotions like being able to express what you feel more, having feelings matter more to you, being able to empathize more with other people and those people around you. This is about just your intuition and your id, as well as your heart growing like 3,000 times, and just caring more deeply, caring more broadly, caring bigger, caring a lot. Wow. Trust your path, Leo. So don't resist this. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? So don't let the newness of this experience, this heightened emotional experience, don't let it back you down. Don't let it inspire you to back down. Keep going, Leo, because this is definitely the path that you are supposed to be on. Now, if you knew that nobody would make fun of you or nobody would judge you, especially people who aren't used to you acting this way, how would you behave and what would you do? So there is going to be challenges with people and people's opinions of you, because you are shifting somehow. You're shifting in your intuitiveness and your connection to others. You're shifting in how you express yourself, and maybe people will judge you for that. But don't back down. There might be a temptation, especially toward mid-year, maybe just before your season, to back down and to be ashamed or try to hide this new direction that you want to take. Don't do it. Go at it with the energy of, if you knew you were destined to succeed, how would you behave? Because you are destined to succeed. This is a path that you are supposed to be on. Keep walking it. Ooh. All right, Leo. Manifestation. So this is, how big are you? How powerful are you? Set your manifestations up. Hi, Wuzzies. I love you. Set your manifestations up. You are, whether you know it or not, next year, subconsciously or consciously, you are manifesting the world. You're almost like making your world and making it into being. I mean, we all manifest all the time. There might be just this super, because you are now very intuitive, or these intuitive aspects of you are being heightened. There could be a realization of how you are affecting your world and just how much you've been manifesting that you weren't aware of. It's almost like an awakening of sorts, Leo, of becoming aware of your contribution and how you actually construct the world around you. Now, that there might be some woke ass Leos listening to this being like, already been there, already done that. You're about to level up again this coming year. Absolutely. And it's a path that you may not have expected, but you were destined to go on, and you're going to get a lot from this. You're going to learn a lot from it. You're going to learn about your capabilities. Your soul is really going to be growing and broadening and expanding. It really is. You're just growing in ways that you may not have intended, but you would never for a million years want to stop, because it's wonderful and you like that it's happening. Okay. Your animal totem, Leo. Wow. Okay. Hands down, one of the most powerful animal totems that you can get in any deck, other than dragon, white stag. A white stag is constantly that sort of pagan understanding of spirit in itself, manifesting any kind of white animal. If you think about Native Americans, the white buffalo, the white stag, it is literally spirit itself taking on animal form. This is who shows up when you have that kind of angelic message coming to you. This would be the animal that you would hear talking to you. Leo, this is a divine purpose. This is a new direction, but it's a divinely guided direction. White stag, and it also means that spirit has your back, that you're not going to walk this road alone. White stag, protector. You are an old soul. Your best friend is nature. Use your intuition to take you where you want to go. Awaken to the powerful force within you. You are meant to create blessings with your magic. You're hitting the road. You're going on the road. You're touring. You're spreading your word. You're spreading your message, and you're connecting and touching people. These antlers are like antenna, receiving that message from the ether, and you being sort of the receiver and the radio to announce it to everybody else. It's almost like you're traveling around. But this card, even though I shuffled it separately and I haven't used this deck in months, is highlighting exactly what we just heard. Emotions are running high, but trust your path. This is a new path, right? And you're on it, you're manifesting. You are literally contributing to the fabric of the world. Your best friend is nature. Step out into nature, hit that road, get away from those creature comforts, and get back to those actual comfortable creatures. So those nature itself is the only thing that's going to be able to be a protector and a companion to you, a real like equal to you this coming year. Use your intuition. That's what this is. You're gearing up with this moon energy of your emotions and your intuition, and let it take you where you want to go. This is a whole new path. This is a whole new direction. Trust it. God, Leo, trust it. Don't stop it. There's going to be a part of you that's not going to want to stop it. It's going to be so curious. You will know and you will go, and it will be a different direction for you, but you will be you will be better for having taken it. Ooh, Leo. Whoa. These messages could just like keep getting kind of like deeper and deeper and more powerful. Let's go to Virgo. We have Virgo and Libra left. So Virgo, we're at 137.15. Let's see what your moon card is. Thank you guys for all of you who have stuck with me. Hey, J-Mart, finally the Scorpio made it to a live reading. I'm glad you made it. Justin, hey, Michelle, hey, Melanie. Now, Virgo, be bold and make the first move. You got this in your romantic tarot reading too, and I shuffled these freaking cards. You have to be the initiator, Virgo. It's got to be your first step. And this is supposed to happen really close to the Capricorn new moon. This is a first step that has to happen really close to the coming 3 days. So the 25th, the 26th, the 27th. It could be over holiday season. It could be take the initiative, but definitely write your manifesto. Like not manifesto. Write your plan, write your blueprints. You can tap into that Capricornian energy very easily. You're very good at you're just on par with Capricorn with that. So go for it. Take the initiative, write your plan. What's your business plan? What's your romance plan? What's your 30, 60, 90, 120, 100, 150, like what is your plan? What are your benchmarks for the next year? Take the initiative and put it out to the universe. The universe is going to listen to you. You have the language. You are the mercurial sign that understands how to communicate in this Capricornian energy. Take this initiative, get out in front and help people. Even sit down and start helping people draw up their plans. This could be a great position for you to be in, to really be appreciated and show your worth and help people grow spiritually and help them write their plan for next year. This is something that you should engage in definitely on this Capricorn new moon. 100%. There is just this energy of you being set up for success, Virgo, but you have to make the first move. What is your first move? Is it in romance? You know, go ahead, talk to them. Is it first kiss? Go ahead. There's mistletoe somewhere. Use it to your advantage. Is it your new job? Walk in that office with confidence and say, I didn't get a response to my resume, but you're going to need to see it. Be that bold because it's going to work out for you, Virgo. It really is. Warrior woman. Oh, hold up. This is some serious, like, it's almost like Joan of Arc energy of knowing your purpose so completely that it doesn't matter that other people are criticizing you. You have a message and you're going to deliver it. And not only are you going to deliver it, you're going to get everybody on board and they're going to follow you. Virgo, this is time for you to step out and take the lead. Why? Because one thing that Capricorn lacks that you don't is the ability to communicate your ideas with others. Capricorn can schedule and plan, but it's all for them. It's all internal, right? They have a very abrasive way of communicating. You have a way of being able to communicate this purpose and this procedure in a way that everybody will understand. So you're going to be so much help. You're going to be like the lifesaver over the next couple of weeks to help everybody set up for success. You will be guiding them. You will be leading them, but you'll be leading them divinely. You won't be leading them. You won't be leading them away from their divine purpose. You will be leading them toward their divine purpose. So this is about, in the 3D world, taking that initiative maybe on somebody else's behalf so that they can achieve their dreams and accomplish their goals and help plan for them and help them help themselves. In other words, this is you, you warrior woman coming in. This is you, that virgin energy, but you've got your warrior on. You know, it's like you've put your grain of your stalk of wheat down and you've taken up the sword. Why? Because you're in there and it's more aggressive. You're fighting for somebody's improvement. That's what you're doing, especially around the Capricorn new moon, especially. But the whole next year, you might find yourself in this position of fighting for somebody else's improvement or fighting for somebody else's well-being. And in doing so, you're showing your value, you're showing your worth, and you're reaffirming in everybody's eyes just how valuable you are. Interesting. Ooh, okay, hold on. Joy. Oh, see, Virgo, you love doing this kind of stuff. Like, this is your thing. You're going to have so much fun next year. You really are. Because it's almost like all those people who always told you to mind your business and get out of their shit is going to be knocking on your door saying, Virgo, I really need you to help me organize my shit. And you're going to be like, I already wrote up a plan. Oh, this is good. Like, next year is going to be a source of great pleasure and joy for you because you know the language. Like, this is your turf. And now people who thought they didn't need you, come and knock on my door. Yeah, you've been expecting them. That's all I have to say. Okay. Wolf, Pathfinder, wolf energy. Interesting. Release your past, wolf. It's a very loyal energy, but it's also very intuitive. It's also very emotional. It's also very connected to the moon. Release your past and start a new journey. You are a teacher and help others find their way. What did I just say? Okay. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures. Who is your love that endures? Who is your support system? Who is that? This is you sticking up for what you believe in. It's sticking up for your family. It's sticking up for your friends. This is your power position, Virgo. And these are the kind of challenges that you can face and like lick the blood off the sword type of thing. This is the kind of stuff that you excel at. It really is. Honestly, as long as you have a plan, even if there are hiccups and bumps, your plan is going to be so well laid that you'll be able to deviate, but also reroute very easily, like as quick as GPS. This is really you navigating by the moon, by your intuition. This is all intuitive for you. This is second nature to you. Whatever challenges or struggles you come upon next year, you're going to handle them. You're going to handle them and you're going to like almost come out on top of them. Ooh, now what I want to know is, who is your stronghold? Maybe that's the person you need to quickly make the first move on, because you're going to need a partner in this. You're going to have a great opportunity to strengthen your partnerships, strengthen your friendships, strengthen your partnerships, or create partnerships that are long lasting and long term next year. Ooh, love it, love it. Virgo, and now we move on to Libra. Last but not least, Libra, last but not least, let's get into your energy for this new moon in Capricorn, as well as next year. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. The answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. You're going to get a lot of clarification, Libra. And maybe clarification not only outside of yourself, but inside yourself. You're going to get the answers and you're going to get the information, and you're going to be able to tie up those loose ends that are still bothering you. But definitely, I feel like this is actually a bulk of the information is actually coming in is what you will receive on the new moon. 25th, 26th, 27th. You will receive information that's going to clarify things for you, that's going to help you out, that's going to actually help you lay in your course for the next year. Because right now there's a little bit of uncertainty, but it's not going to last very long. You need this communication. You need it. You need the guidance. And maybe you've been asking for it. Your prayers are answered. Okay? Dance with life. Wow. That is a really romantic energy, Libra. Do something to change your energy. Libra, are you out of balance? Because each of these cards is showing twins. It's showing two different sides of things, two different sides of your scale, two different sides of you. Look at you dancing by the moonlight. This is you needing to A, sync up and get into partnership, maybe finding a partner this coming year. Finding this divine partner that can really help balance you out and stabilize you, be that other half. But it's also about you finding more balance in yourself. And I think that you definitely need, there are some questions that need to be answered. Maybe it's studying and research, like literal information that you need in order to put things together and follow your direction. But there is a sense of being out of syncopation and finding your way back into it through information, being informed, understanding things in a deeper way, listening to others, communicating with others, and also finding a partner. Find your dance partner, Libra. I think your dance partner is actually coming into you. Do something to change your energy. Dance with life. What makes you happy? If you found your way out of feeling good, find your way back into it by the physical. Like start on the outside. What do you enjoy? Do you enjoy reading? Do you enjoy dancing? Take dance classes. Go out every Saturday night to a boogie disco. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like this feeling of, for some reason, you have not done something that you love for a very long time. Get back to that. Because through that, you're going to find the information and the answers that you need, as well as the peace and balance that you want. Soul love. Oh, you find in your dance partner. What did I say? Twin. Libra, you may be the recipient of a twin flame. You are coming into communion with a soulmate next year. Libra, sun, moon, rising. You're coming into communion with a soulmate next year. Aren't you glad you waited? This is a good one. I know. Everybody's like, no, do me last. No, this is a soulmate. Do you see? Twins, your dance partner, the other half of you. And then this is your soul love. Wow. I think it's pretty darn blatant. This is your soulmate. Libra, your soulmate is coming into your life next year. Now, if you're already with your soulmate, this is about the two of you getting re-imbalanced and re-synced because for some reason there's been a rift between the two of you and you needed to find that harmony between the two of you again. And you're going to be reestablishing that harmony amongst the two of you and put your life back into balance while you do it. But this has definitely got to do with finding your sync, finding your purpose, and finding your partner. Ooh, Libra. It's not a long reading, but it's a good one. Ooh, Coyote, revealer of the truth. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. What did we say? What did we say? That information is coming into you, that you needed information to clarify something. Coyote, revealer of truth. Look at them looking down from afar, seeing something, having their eyes spot something. Don't take things too seriously. Make time to play. Great wisdom comes from laughing at your own folly. Look out for the traps and tricks of life and learn from them. You're going to have a lot to celebrate next year. You really are. Because even those things that would trip you up aren't going to trip you up. They're not. You're going to learn from them. Bring out your playful energy. You actually maybe, because you've been releasing a lot, so you've really been preparing to have that cup completely bone dry empty so it can be filled up on this Capricorn full moon. Capricorn new moon. So Libra, literally you have prepared yourself to be able to just be poised for this new adventure that you're going on over the course of next year up through next December. So, oh gosh, Libra, you are now able to enjoy yourself and get back to yourself. This is you finding yourself again, finding balance again, finding joy again. And what happens when we start to find our joy, when we start to find our groove? When Stella gets her groove back, she meets Tay Diggs. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what happens. That's the energy of, yes, of course you're going to meet them because now you're getting back to fun-loving, lighthearted, loving life, enjoying yourself, enjoying who you are, loving how you live your life, back into sync, back into rhythm, and now you find your dance partner. Now, for those of you who are for those of you in good relationships, take your partner dancing. Go start taking classes. It'll bring back the romance. It'll bring back the sex. It'll bring back your groove. It'll bring back your jive. All right, Libra? Whoa. Love that energy. Who doesn't love that Libra energy? That's excellent. Okay, so 2 hours in. Some of you have stayed on with me from the beginning. I want to say thank you so much. Before we leave, I want to ask really quickly my angel cards, what is the message you need for everybody listening? Going into next year, what is the general message that we should really hear? Archangel Michael, hey, thank you for being present. The path is now clear. I have removed all obstacles in your way. You can move forward now with ease and confidence. You will achieve what your heart desires. Archangel Michael is there to remove obstacles. When you come across any obstacle next year, and of course you will, you're not alone. You are defended and you are protected, and you will have the resources that you need at the time that you need them. Proceed in faith and stay on course. One more before we say goodbye for the night, and I gotta turn on my Golden Girls. Yes, I said it. Seeing a rainbow is a sign from your loved ones in spirit. So you have the help of your ancestors. You have the help of your spirit guides. You're not alone. You're not alone even when you feel alone. Remember that stag energy from Leo? Even when you feel alone and you can't see anybody around you, you are being supported and you are being guided throughout all the trials and tribulations next year. Please don't ever doubt once that the resources you need will appear right when you need them. I know, you kind of like them a little bit ahead of time. Please, like, can I not have to freak out? Doesn't matter. You don't have to freak out. Worrying doesn't get you in. Worrying is like a rocking chair. It'll give you something to do, but it won't get you anywhere. You've heard that one, right? That's not mine. That's floating around in memes. So know that yes, you can worry about it. But even if you do worry about it, it doesn't matter because you're going to be provided for. The people have your back. Your ancestors have your back. And it's also saying you will see little signs. You will not be left alone or completely like just have faith, have blind faith. No, there will be messages and cues coming through spirits and spirit animals and totems and signs and messages. You'll see them. If you look, you will see them. I promise you. Guys, have a very, very beautiful holiday season. Of course, I will be on here before the new year. I love you all. Thank you so much for taking this time to spend this portion of your night with me and the tribe running on the side. Thank you for your contributions and your comments. I will list the timestamps in the description box as well as in the comment. Merry Christmas to you, JJ. Thanks for hanging with me, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Lit Mystic. Hey, Robin. Yeah, Capricorn is near the beginning. Thanks, Robin. And I will see you guys soon. So be look out for Aquarius and Pisces. They're going to come out tomorrow. Maybe Aquarius, Pisces, and Aries will come out tomorrow because I'm a little bit behind. And I want to be able to take Christmas off. You hear what I'm saying? Bye, guys. Have a great night.